what would it look like if we changed our map just a little bit? Because isn't that what unshakable really truly is? Is that I can be happy no matter what's going on around me. Oh, all right. First of all, I just want to celebrate being back with you all. I just love this place. I love Mondays. It's Monday momentum, and it's just such a beautiful place, and it's something I'm so grateful for. And when I'm not around, I still just appreciate it so much. It's the moments in here that sometimes I can just sit back and recall and be grateful for, you know? So today I really wanted to come with something I feel is special, but also deep. It's something I got a whole new perspective on when I was on my trip. And so it was a business trip and it was a learning trip. It was an 8-day conference, but before that we had 4 days that it was just us, me and my husband doing crazy things. It was crazy. So we were out of the country, and one of my favorite stories is learning how to drive on the other side of the road. So I want to start out with humor, and I want to share that story with y'all because I think it'll make you smile. But my husband found out, I think 2 days before we left, that he had to learn how to drive on the other side of the road. I have to share the story, honey. So we get there, and they don't have the car we rented. They had a truck, and it was manual transmission. And so he had to learn how to drive. He usually drives automatic at home, but has drove manual in the past. But he's learning how to drive from what our passenger side is, using his left hand on these hecka bumpy roads with like these big potholes in it. And I tell you, I was priming this morning and I was just like, you know, think of a moment that was real, that, you know, you're really excited or whatever. And I just remember driving down these roads in a tropical island on the wrong side of the thing. And it was just so fun because it was like Dukes of Hazzard. If y'all watch that, I know it's an old show, but it's like, you know, and they're just kind of flopping around, and my husband's hitting the wipers instead of the turn signal, and the truck was like launching forward, and we were like, oh my God, what are we doing? And when people were coming down the one side of the road at us, it was the wrong side of the road, so we thought we were going to die repeatedly all that day. It was like, you know, and so we explored. That's a short form of the craziest story. And he learned after a day, and it all got better. It honestly did. But it was so funny because he would turn, and going right is more difficult. That's the more difficult turn, not going left, you know. And he's just thinking about going in the wrong lane, and no, honey, over here, you know. And nobody was resting on our drives, I'll tell you that. And so we had so many fun lessons. But the thing I want to share most with you today was the lesson I learned from the people there. Okay, so we went to Fiji. And Fiji is like, oh, you're so lucky, it's tropical. And you know, you say that. It's going to be this awesome vacay. And I just want to say, it actually isn't that. You know, if you go to the resorts, hallelujah, it's amazing. I've got some great pictures of some amazing smoothies. I'm a smoothie-holic now. However, this is a developing country. This is not first world by any means. And I learned so much there about happiness. Happiness. I even I did a terrible job putting together a slideshow. That's my foreshadowing here. That's why Eunice and Eliza, I love you guys, because they would do a lot better job than me. But I wanted to be able to show you pictures and things in an easy fashion. So welcome to me being sloppy. But I want to show you because I think we have so much we can learn right now, today. And I'm telling you, I'm probably going to message those who are not here today so that they can hear this too and say, you must listen to the replay. You must. And I encourage you all to get on the WhatsApp and say, please listen to the replay. I know Bobby couldn't make it. I got her text, but wasn't able to answer it. But I know why she's not here, but I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Lydia, Tiffany, Candace, like we need to get this word out. So you guys are in this room for a reason, though. You guys are here today for a reason. Something I noticed is everything happens for a reason, and you're always in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And life is not just happening for you, but everything is as it should be. Okay? And so today, the people in this room were supposed to be here. So I'm going to share my screen. I apologize for the mess I'm about to make. Hey, it's real. Okay, did I share this well? Oh, I don't like this because I can't see. Yes, I can. So I'm going to be looking at the wrong direction, I think. But can you all see my slide? It says, what is happiness? Look at that. Angie threw out fireworks for me. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. Lessons from the Fijians. I'm so excited to talk to you about this. And I'm going to keep it brief and short. But y'all, this is something to dive into. Because we as Americans, we can really get into our own world sometimes. And I found we've got a lot of pleasures that not everybody has. And I was surprised to learn that. All right. So I didn't make this full. Can you all see this? It's good. It's good. You probably see my background too. Okay. So what is happiness? Happiness is when our map matches our circumstances. But what that means is the expectations you have, the inner rules that you create, they're matching the circumstances around you. And when we get unhappy, is there something that we want that is not matching up with our actual experience? And what I've found with this is in order to be happy, if we're not happy, we have to change either what it is, our expectations, our rules, what we've decided our life has to look like. We have to change our map, or we have to change our circumstances. And I think there's validity in both of these. Something you can't, sometimes you have to let go. And I would say the resounding theme of the entire time I was gone was release and receive. And I see it as these gentle ocean waves. And ocean waves are not gentle. So it's funny that I'm seeing it that way. They're not. Oh my gosh. They're not. But it's to release and let go and take in and receive. Release and let go and take in and receive. This little dude here carrying a bag of trash. There's a bag of trash from the beach, guys. Look how freaking happy those people are. Look how happy. Look how happy they are. Let that sink in a moment. Because they all look like that. And it's interesting there. And this is something just on my heart was hardly any white people, guys. It's all black people. But they don't have something against white people. You're not feeling those racial tensions there. They have, they're so communal and loving. One story that I had was we had a couple that was in a taxi cab. And the taxi cab broke down. But the taxi broke down about near a village. And so the entire village runs out to help the taxi cab, takes these white folk out of the back of a taxi cab and brings them into their homes and tries to feed them while they wait for the taxi to be fixed by the other villagers. These are the kind of people we ran into at every level. So here's a very nice home in Fiji. These are nice homes. I didn't get pictures of the not as nice homes. This is actually one of the nice ones I found. A lot of them are on stilts, metal roofs, what we would call the hood here in most of our towns. That was their normal That was their entire towns of living together. That really hits, doesn't it? How lucky are we, guys? Y'all got internet, computers, family, friends, community. We went to the grocery store, my friends. We had to buy some groceries to stay at our cute little Airbnb. And this is the grocery store we went to. I should have gotten a video for y'all. I should have gotten pictures, but I honestly was so overwhelmed, I didn't know what to think. I mean, I guess the term would be overstimulated, because we walked in there. They probably had 8 registers open, 8 of them, but they're all right next to each other, like just enough to get a person through is about all the... And the lines were backed up to the very back of the store in every line. So the wait times, you can imagine, right? And you've got these baskets. It's Saturday, apparently is Fijian grocery day. Didn't know this, right? But we went in on Saturday, and they literally were backed all the way across the store. And here's what stuck out. I mean, this is like wall-to-wall traffic. If you want to get something off of the shelves, you had to get through the line of people waiting to check out. It was like, oh gosh, right? Like, where do we go? What do we do? And it was really fascinating, because not one person was upset, angry, in a low state. Nothing. Not one person in the entire store. In fact, here's Dan, because there's no carts left, because it was literally wall-to-wall traffic. And he's holding these cases of water, because you don't drink water in another country like that, right? You drink bottled water. And he's got these cases, and he's like heavy, and he's putting them down on the floor and picking them up. And the lady behind him says, hey, why don't you put your stuff in my cart till you get to the front? Yeah. And he's like, well, okay, wow. They had an atmosphere in there. They were playing the Fijian music, which you'll hear in a few minutes, as long as I learn how to share my audio properly. They literally had music blasting. It was a freaking party in the grocery store. Legit. Now think about us as, at least in the United States, I don't know the Philippines, right? But at least in the United States, you're 2 people back and you are pissed. Like, what is this wait about? I need to get in. What is going on? And we're just mad. And I'm thinking, dang, we have something to learn. I have something to learn. Because I am one of those Americans that's like 3 people back, and I'm thinking my frozen food ain't going to be frozen by the time I get back. And the food safety and all the stories that I come up with to stay in a stress state. So here's the question. Are you addicted to stress? Sit with that a moment. Because honestly, whatever faith you have in this room, I believe that I hear my Creator. And this is what I heard from my Creator. He said, this is an 8-day conference we're about to hit up, right? And he said, hey, you're addicted to stress. And this program you're about to do is rehab for stress addicts. And he told me this. He says, they're taking you out of your normal ways of life. They're detoxing you. I'm not joking. The first 4 days was all liquid, and it was a liquid detox program. And you don't get food. And there's some hilarious stories with that, because I'm telling you, there are these major, incredible speakers. And as soon as we heard real food come in, it was all off the hook. All 150 people were like, yeah, because we were all so hungry. They trained us like dogs. I'm telling you, when when we would hear a certain sound with the clinking of these bowls, we would know that something was coming, and we would all be totally distracted, totally excited. Like, where is it? Where is it? Because we'd all start reacting to this sound, because by the time a couple of days of this went by, we knew that something's coming. It was funny. But they take you out of your context. They detox you, and then they teach you a new way to live. Does that not sound like rehab program to you? I was like, dang. All right. So you know what? I'm not the only one, my friends. Most of us are addicted to stress. So the question is, what is that stress giving you? Because you know what it does me? I think, my story I was telling myself, if I'm not operating under push in my warrior, in my stress, I wouldn't get anything done. And I wouldn't be enough. And you know, the story most of us have is, I'm not enough, and because I'm not enough, I won't be loved. So the ultimate thing is, we're all looking to be loved. So I spent some time detoxing from stress. And that's where I learned to release and receive. I'm going to change my words to like the sound of the ocean waves. Because if you've been in an ocean wave, it'll knock your socks off and your lungs out your chest. But that sound of just that the ocean itself breathes, it's alive. And you listen to them. What is stress giving you? To me, it gave me value. It gave me significance. It told me I was good enough. Because if I'm not stressed out, if I don't, and here's the funny part, guys, this is so subtle. I didn't know I was stressed out. Because truthfully, in my mind, I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. Yes, there's some struggles, let's be honest. But truly, I'm so happy. I have incredible friends. I have the right spouse, like really great companion and friend. And he proved it the last few weeks even more. I have a career that I love. I'm doing what I was born to do. Every area, except for one, is just so happy. So, I met some people after I realized I'm addicted to stress because it keeps me in line, it keeps me going, and it makes me feel significant. So, subtly, are you addicted to stress? Or even not so subtly, because some of us not so subtle. For me, it was subtle. I didn't realize I was as stressed as I realized. Because, you know, sometimes you don't realize that as a smoker that you smell until you stop smoking. You go, oh my God, I've been stinking for so long. So having a stop, but you realize I've been smelling a lot like stress and I didn't even know it. So we met this guy. His name's Sivi, and he's a Fijian, and he is one of the most beautiful men I've ever met. He is so freaking, his energy, like if you want to talk energy, he's just so loving. I saw him every day, and he would come up, even if it wasn't like something that I was associating with him on, he would come up, greet me with a hug, and hello, and then he's like, how's Dan doing? Because he met Dan the first day, didn't get to see him some of the other days. And he would just have such a brightness about him. This man, they don't have proper dental care there. He's missing several teeth. And, you know, they live usually around $4 an hour max. That's good wage there, which I think even in the Philippines, that's very similar. But look how freaking happy he is. You know what he does? He loves so much that we want to take pictures with him. He was like laughing and giggling and like geeking out. And he's like, no, we got to do this way. And he was so happy. Why is this man so happy? Because here's the thing. Look at the kind of homes they live in. Look at the life they have. You think you need things to be happy, but do you? My question is, what would it look like if, and now I'm sharing one of the fun moments of my journey. I got to Rebecca 11 on there. I can't see you on my screen at the second. Where are you? I got to see your face. There you go. I got to fulfill my dream of being like one of the embody leaders. I got to lead from the stage. It was so freaking fun. I knew you'd be excited because you know how much I love those workouts that produce energy, and I loved it because I got to give energy to everybody in that room. So here's me. I am in island style clothing, looking like, but check it out. Here we go. I've got to get the audio. Where is that? I got to share my audio. I was working yesterday, guys. I'm so bummed.
She's talking about the energy
Read those, Rebecca.
of these Fijians, and
Okay.
it is an experience to
So
be
this is
around them. It really is.
yes. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say. What would it look like if we chose to have a Bula mindset? A Bula life. What Bula means in Fijian is hello and welcome, right? But I love the way they do it because it really is ooh, ah, boo, la. And so we all walk around going, Bula, Bula. Everybody, Bula. It's always sung. And it's an ooh, ah. What if you had an ooh, ah lifestyle? What if you could actually grab on to that? I wish our hello would do something. But for me, I found it was so funny. I was home for like a day and my daughter walks in the room and I just go, Bula! Because it got into me, right? You get into the DNA. But what would it be? It's like a ooh la la lifestyle. And it has nothing to do with your circumstances. The conditions, I was looking for something as simple as sea salt, and I could not get it on that island. They could not find it for me. Like, it's not easy peasy, whatever you want. There's no Amazon next day delivery going on here, right? If you want something, it might be on the main island. You have to take an hour flight to go get it, and then an hour flight back. I'm just saying. This isn't about their circumstances. This is about their map and their decision to live life on island time, which is truly, it was like, it's not hurry, hurry, rush, rush, rush. It's like letting it happen for you and with you. Oh my gosh. No, you too. I see that now that I stopped sharing, I see this. It's a lot different than Aldi and Trader Joe's. It is 50 times. There had to be 30 people in every line. So we're talking 30, 60, 90, 120, probably 150, 200 people all waiting in line. And then people grocery shopping. Guys, you have not seen. This does not exist in the United States. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is about half. However, they're making about $4 USD. That's what I'm saying. All right, so I just want to give you an example because this is how they live. And I've got 2 little videos that I want to share. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if it'll play. Can you hear this?
Yes.
Feel the energy. All right, so you think that that's just women and they're just like the Hawaiians, Oh no, it's the guys too. And this will be the last one I want to share, but I want you to put this in your heart of what if this is how I approached life? What would it look like? Let me grab this one. Last one. There's the dudes, man. Look at their faces. Look at their energy. Look at who they are. That dude can dance, by the way. Why did I share that with you? First of all, I hope it changed your state. How can you be unhappy in the presence of these people? And I'm telling you, they have a whole different sense of community. And I really want us to, you know how you learn to do something different is you model it after somebody who does it well. And here's what I see is like, we would go in for lunch and there's 150 people there and they remember your name. Every day is, hi, Rebecca. And then they would give me my specific, what I needed. And like they all, you walk past anyone at any time and it's Bula. And I'm talking anywhere in the city. And these are people that most of them in the city, they were grocery shopping with bare feet. They were walking down these really bad roads. Like they're bad. They're worse than Freeport, Andrew. They're worse than Freeport roads. 20 times worse than Freeport roads. But they're walking in their bare feet down the road. But oh my God, they're so freaking blessed. All of them. So my vision for this is, guys, what if we redefined our path to happiness? What would it look like if we changed our map just a little bit? Because isn't that what unshakable really truly is? Is that I can be happy no matter what's going on around me. I can be grateful no matter what I do and do not have. I can allow myself to breathe and rest while also being powerful, like the ocean waves. You see, the ocean waves, they'll kick your butt. They'll drown you. They can overwhelm you. They are extremely powerful. But they also let you breathe. They recede and then they come. They recede and they come. And so I want to challenge us today. And I have another, I want to remind, because I had our questions on here. Okay. Eliza, could you help me and write these questions because they're on a slide that I'm not showing. I'm going to send you, it'll be short, breakout rooms today, shorter, but I really want, oh, thanks, Eliza. I could have caught that like 15 minutes ago. Yep. Okay. Anyway, I saw Eliza. She's like, you could just share full screen. I told you it's going to be messy. I was honest about it. This is why we need team in our lives. Okay. So here's the first question. What is your definition of happiness? What is it truly? Number 2, how can you reframe your life to be more happy? You're a fast typer, Eliza. You're getting a typing test. You don't even know it. Just teasing. Do you need to change your map or do you need to change your circumstances? I know for me, this is funny. I was talking to a new friend that I met at that conference just a minute ago, and she brought up something that when I was a pastor, I preached it many times, but it needed to be brought back to me. She had a pen, and she's like, how can you put more in if they're already so full? right? So the question is, like for me, it's what the last question I was asking myself, because you remember that the quality of your life is really determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. And a quality question for me was, what do I need to leave here? And what do I need to bring home from here? So I'm going to send you all out to breakout rooms. Honey, you never said anything, but did you have something you wanted to add before I send them? Because we were talking about, yeah. Honey means Dan, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, this is really good.
Really powerful stuff. I think you
You hit all of the major areas on it. And it is just something really special when you get the opportunity to meet these people face to face and experience their way of life. It is absolutely life changing. It's not just the tropical environment that makes it so fulfilling, it's their way of living. It is happiness to the highest level. And I wish that for all of you.
I think this is something I want to discuss further is how can we be even more of a community to each other? And I have a story to share about that. I'll do it after you guys come back. I'm going to have one more story for you. Why don't we send you out to breakout rooms now? And then when you come back, I'm going to share you a really cool story about community. All right, we got groups made. Out they get. Let's do it.